I'm a motherfucking unicorn, a one-on-one. The vibe being the love and light, enlightened one. My karma is interstellar, I live by truth. Fighting evil, my scars are living proof. Protecting you from the storms with all my might. Love me, I will treat you right. You ever cross me, it's the last thing you'll ever do. With my crown of thorns, I'll wreck you. I ain't playing, yo, Ryan Hart, call me insane. Too bad Chris, because Bigfoot knows my name. I'm a messenger of God, with loyalty I serve, taking out all evil with his holy word. A true Knights Templar, sword in hand, slice you up, bury you in the sand. I'm a motherfucking unicorn, you'll never find anyone like me. Born in the Bronx, raised in NYC, so listen up, take heed. I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. A true Knights Templar, sword in hand, slice you up, bury you in the sand. I'm a motherfucking unicorn, you'll never find anyone like me. Born in the Bronx, raised in NYC, so listen up, take heed. I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mark. Just reading my new book. Just came out. See?
And congratulations.
Here's your book.
You know,
Mark is working on book 2 and book 3, and he's working on a whole romantic paranormal series right now. He plays the lead.
yeah, it covers paranormal gynecology.
Paranormal gynecology. That's interesting.
Yeah, I dive deep into the topic.
Mrs. Squatch will. The doctor will see you now.
Yeah, congratulations on your book.
Thank you very much. I'm actually proud of it. It is it's a good story. It's called The Beauty of the Buffalo, the Coyote Spell. It's basically about I wrote this in 93, expanded it this year. It's basically empowering women. Women aren't empowered enough in our society at certain points. But I wouldn't say men and women are equal, but they are. There are things women can do that men can't do. And there are things men can do that women can't do. And then there are, equals and stuff like that. But
who did your
who did I what?
Who did your artwork?
I did my artwork. I started pulling things a little bit, and then I kind of smoothed stuff out. I wanted a hotter. Oh God, we get this. I'm going to get my ass in trouble before I started because we're talking about empowering women, and I'm just going to leave it there. But it's a great story. It's got some paranormal elements to it, some mystical stuff, a little bit of kind of like Skinwalker-esque things, and I could have gone really, really tighter and tighter and tighter with it, but I wanted to leave certain areas which would allow me to arc. And there's a lot going on tonight, folks, because we got Jason Scott, David Regan, Paranormal 411, and Jen Jacobs is here. She's out of the Midwest. Hi, Jenny. And another word, empowering women. She is one of the women that is empowered, and we also have someone's Mrs. here. So hi, Michelle. I'm not gonna get my ass in trouble tonight, but we have a lot of people coming in from Paranormal 411 and their Facebook, on their YouTube. They're broadcasting on YouTube as well. So if you haven't subscribed to Paranormal 411's YouTube page, please do. We're going to share it right here because we can. We're going to share the screen. Go to their YouTube page and sign up for Paranormal 411. They got 1.36K subscribers. Let's bring that up to 2,000. So seriously, I kid you not. We have 632 people now, and I appreciate all of you. But all 632, go to Paranormal 411, jack them up, bring them up, and anybody from Paranormal 411 that wants to support us. I mean, I'm at the point. I just want to get over that 1,000 mark to see what happens. Like, do you crap your pants? Is there gas that mysterious gas that comes out or something like that? And not that we want to be monetized. I mean, we could, and we may. We'll probably lose it pretty quick because I don't shut the fuck up. But that's what it is. So that's a new book available on Amazon, and we have new product. And Mark, you're going to get yours soon. This is a thermos, mug jug thing that everybody's carrying around these days, especially the ladies. And we have 3 different logos on it, but we're gonna just put the logos on them, and you too can go out there with the see no evil, hear no evil, and say no evil Bigfoots for Third Eye Life.
Well, in the
yes, sir.
90s draft of your book is
right.
A really nice tweens kind of.
Tweens? No, it's this. I studied North American indigenous people for years, and we're going to talk a little bit about that because there's a Native American vibe coming in with some of our guests. But I've always had an appreciation of them, actually, what's really funny is I did a sweat lodge, and I forgot his name, but he was the great, maybe one more great grandson of Andrew Jackson. And we were doing a sweat lodge, and he was like, if my great could be here, they'd scalp his ass and mine. Because Andrew Jackson was not nice to Native Americans. But we're here for Paranormal 411. And we're going to get him on. So we're going to bring in the gentleman here, David Reagan, Jason Scott. Welcome, guys, to Third Eye Live, where
Hi.
we don't interview you.
Oh, that was
Hey
awesome.
guys, yeah,
Yeah.
man, I love the intro. I just love it. I'm from Tennessee here in the backwoods, sort of, and I was
Yep.
bobbing my head. That's pretty cool.
So a while ago, everybody has that entrance music when they're coming into the ring, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then some of these guys in the rap game did a little bit of a diss track to people. So, they always throw it in there. So I've always heard, I've never met anybody like you, Bryan. You're totally you're like one of a kind. And, seriously, I mean, I'm not doing this to promote myself. Everybody goes like, I've never met anybody like you. You're amazing. You do whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a motherfucking unicorn. And it's the truth. I am. You're not going to meet someone like me. I had a couple people go, they were having a conversation that I'm like, what's wrong? Like, you guys seem to be a little bit unnerved by me or whatever. They're like, well, no, we're just trying to figure out. We think you're an earth angel. I'm like, well, you didn't know me in my teens. I was blowing shit up. I wasn't an earth angel.
We were down at the Vantage premiere when you come in. You were there with us, and
yeah,
it's like, man, we need to get him over here, and you never did come over, did it? What happened?
I was coming off, and then I got sidetracked. Someone asked me something, and I went the wrong way. I was trying to go over to you guys because that was the plan. I was going to go over there, sit there, have you, whatever. And I felt like shit. And I'm like, I felt sorry. And I'm like, do I go over and say, I apologize? And I didn't mean to disrespect you guys at all. It was just,
no, not at all.
And I got to be honest, it was so fucking cold in Alabama. I don't think I could feel my nuts. I mean, so I was like, yeah.
It snowed on us. It was crazy. So.
Yeah. It was so cold. And I felt bad for Greg because with cold like that, people are like, I'm not leaving the house, So it's just, it was, and I felt crappy, and I'm like, oh, I didn't do the interview. And so I'm like, these guys are going to hate me. I'm like, I only have love for people until you mess around and do something stupid, like
we knew you were kind of busy because, I mean, it was a good premiere. A lot of people, a lot of good people were there.
I agree 100%. We were all at the Vanished premiere in Paracon, and Greg said, he said, I want you to do about extra aliens. And I said, okay. He goes, but don't bring any, meaning don't call them in, because I've done plenty of CE5s where everyone I've done, I've called them in. Even my daughter was at one, and she was like, Mom, she didn't say it to me, but she's like, Mom, these things came in, and they were like, so it was a little bit of cred for Dad. So I said, okay, I won't call in extraterrestrials, but I may have a couple of illegals in there and whatever. But my subject was human mutilations, which is, totally a heavy duty subject. And I was like, I don't know. Am I gonna really upset people or whatever? And there was one child there. And Mom was like, let's go. Because if you have kids, my youngest, she swears like a truck driver. No offense, Dave, or a sailor. I mean, she's just dropping boom, boom all over the place. So, yeah. But I didn't use that. I have people in chat go unicorn song, unicorn. I'm like, here you go. Here you go. It's on my SoundCloud. Download it. But in there, I had one guy. I was talking about paranormal stuff between dreams. There, you have dreams in life, and you have experiences.
Mhm.
And a dream's very vague. An experience is you experienced it, and we're going to get into Dave's experiences and Jason's experiences in 1 second. You know all the details. Like, no, it's just like in these gentlemen's newest film and documentary, The Legend of the Coochie Booger, which is now on Amazon. I mean, no, it's on YouTube. Go to Paranormal 411. We're going to get a little taste of it. I promise you, it is an amazing piece of work. And you're going to be sitting there pissed off, not because of it, because of, I want more. So we'll get into that. But so I had an experience with Yeshua, Jesus, whatever you want to call him. So one of the guys out of Connecticut, his name's Chris Reinhardt, and he tells my other friend privately, he's crazy, he's insane. And I find out about it because Brian finds out about everything. And I go, Chris, we're friends. You have my phone number. I don't just give it. You can talk to me about it. He just avoids me like the plague or hantavirus, if you'd like. It's the new thing now. So there. So I went up. Yeah.
Ebola is even newer.
Which one?
Ebola.
Oh well. If you had that, I mean, it's usually in the Congo. You know, they have something. I think it's one of those. They have a little bit of a cure for something. Either that or your head blows up. I'm okay, guys. Don't worry about it. You know, you still sounded like Michael Tyson. Mike, can you make a sentence with delicious? Malicious. Yes. Robin, these cookies are malicious. But the line in it, I was doing I'm a motherfucking unicorn, and my youngest, this was a couple years old. She goes, I love this song. I'm like, stop singing it. Mom, your mom's gonna kill me. So and so she's like, and she goes, I'm a motherfucking, I'm like, please stop singing it. You know, you shouldn't have heard that. And so there's a line the line in there goes, yo, Reinhard, call me insane. Guess what, Chris? Bigfoot knows my name because I've had interacted. So it was my little diss track. It was a joke, but I don't think he's ever listened to it because he blocked my ass on a lot of things anyhow. But let's welcome David and Jason, Paranormal 401 to the Third Eye Live broadcast. Guys, how the heck are you guys doing here?
Doing good. Doing good.
Good.
Yeah.
Mark entertaining you?
Absolutely.
Mark is fabulous.
Mark is
Thank you.
fabulous. We have a lot of your fans in chat, and of course, Paranormal Paul's here. He comes in prior to the show that he does, Paranormal Among Us, which takes place. I don't know when it is. It now 8:30. I mean
7:30.
7:30. So it's 8:30.
Yeah.
You can push it back to 9. No, he can't. I'm only joking, Paul. Love you, brother. But yeah, and we have Jen from P&L 411 in the chat. We have a lot of your family and friends here. You know, I'm seeing
Lots of
some
talented hosts.
Yes, hosts, investigators, researchers. Jen Noteworthy is P&L podcast, and they're out of Newfoundland. And Jen, get them on the show. But they got the crazy Newfoundland time, which it's not like 1 hour back or two. It's like 1 hour, 32 seconds and 55 minutes. It's a really weird, like they're on like, I think, Atlantic time out there. Freaking Canadians.
That's crazy.
What's up, Daryl? Yeah, it is a little bit crazy, but it's a great show. They're going to offer you a bunch of, you get part of the alumni being in there. And yeah, Paul said he can hardly stay awake for 8:30. I'm telling you, this last Paul's show last night, go watch Paranormal Among Us last night. I forgot the guest, and you can post it in there. And admins, please post away. you're allowed to post in my chat, your shows, your links, your Pornhub, whatever it is that you guys have. Including now Paranormal 411. You guys are now admins. And I haven't done it yet, but he had a guest on, and I came in a little bit late, and everybody's like, I feel sick, I feel pressure, and they're like, Bryan, did you feel anything? And initially I didn't feel anything, and then next thing you know, I started getting this temple thing going, and like my eye was twitching, and I'm like, okay, what the F is going on here? He was talking about CE5s. So do you ever interact with somebody that gave you like some bad juju for the most part?
Yep.
And like when you're doing that and you're like, one of you's interacting, like Jason's there, like, is interacting with like, some satanic being, and you come up and just hanging out, and he's trying to give you the, come on, I need help here. I need some help here. What the hell are you doing? When do you realize, and like, how do you get out of situations like that? Because I was trying to figure that out myself on mine, like how to do that, and I couldn't get it going. Like this was like, it's really strange that this was happening.
Yeah.
So,
the good thing about me and David, we kind of, our minds connected. They've got to be connected somehow.
Right.
He knows what I need, and I know what he needs. I don't understand it, but that's how it happens. It's crazy.
It's almost like Bryan's book.
It's basic. Yeah. Thanks for giving it away, Mark. Fucker. Yeah, no, it's the truth. Thanks. Why don't you just tell me Darth Vader is Luke's father? Oh my God.
Faja.
But what's interesting is, let's get to the beginning, because a lot of people in here that are may not know who both you are, who Paranormal 411 is, and the fact that Michelle's the boss. But
absolutely,
I just said it, Michelle. So there you go. So can we start, like, where were you both and how did you guys meet?
Jason, go ahead.
Well, I met David. I was a little older than David. I still am a little older than David, but
haven't caught up yet. No.
Hey, you haven't caught me yet, but I had a nephew that was friends with David. This is how I first knew David, and he still had his long hair. I mean, he was like a hippie. And
that's cool. Mark has his long hair. He's a hippie too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have any hair, so I can't even grow hair. But that's how we first met, and that was probably in what, the middle 90s, maybe.
Yeah, early 90s.
Yeah, early 90s, middle 90s.
High school at 93. So.
Yeah, but then after
it's
time had passed.
Romance.
Yeah. Time had passed a little bit, and David calls me up. Said, "Hey man, you need a job?" Sure do. I was needing a job at that time, and
right.
so me and David, we started working together, and that's how we got. But we became really close then. I would go over to his house, and we would party and do all kinds of stuff. But that's basically how we met. Work.
That's good. I mean, but you just said something that was very interesting, that you guys connected on a different level after a while.
Yes, very much. Yep. So, I mean, it seems that he knows what I'm thinking, and because when we're on podcast, I'll be thinking of something to say, and he's already saying it. It's crazy. And vice versa. It works both ways. But
investigations it works like that too.
Say that again, Dave.
When we're on investigations, it works the same way.
Yeah. That's important.
Yeah.
I'm usually the hard one to believe. I didn't believe at first until I went to, David set up something, and I went, and it was just unreal to me.
Yeah,
So-
that one picture I gave you, you know, the one of my stepson. That was a house that I lived in when we worked together.
Yes.
Okay. You want me to put
And
that up now so we can
uh,
all see it?
yeah.
If that, well, let's just talk about it. So I'm going to
So,
add that to the stage right now, folks.
yep,
Pay
so
attention to this photo.
yeah, look over to the right hand side of him, and you'll see something hanging upside down. You know, so I had seen this little girl. It was on Easter night. She come out of the middle bedroom. She was wearing this big green Easter dress. And so I knew that I had seen her. I'd interacted with her a ton of times. And you know, on Saturday mornings, I'd wake up before everybody in the house. I'd turn on the TV, and we had this little game that we would play. I would turn the TV to like 3, and she would go turn it to max. And I would start turning it back down with the remote. And as I'm turning it down with the remote, she's turning it back up. And we would play this game for 10 or 15 minutes. And I'm like, okay, we got to stop because we're going to wake everybody in the house up. And it would stop. And so I
That's
knew the
great.
house had a spirit there. And it was this little, you know, 9-year-old girl. And so I was like, Jason, let's go to my house. And he was like, okay. The skeptic. Okay, I'll do it. And so he comes over, and he gets a lesson that he'll never forget. I'll let you tell the story, Jason.
Man, I'll tell you what. Now, this picture was taken before, you know, I even came over. So I was already thinking about this picture when I went over.
Yep.
And so we go over there. I go over there, and I'm sitting in David's recliner, and we got the EMF and the EVP recording all at the same time. And I'm going with the EMF meter, you know, to my knee, and it just tops out. It was just like off the chart EMF. And I would raise it up, and it would go away. Put it back down to my knee, it off the charts. So, and you got to realize at the same time we were recording an EVP too. Excuse me. And I said, "Are you sitting on my lap?" Because I was thinking little girl from the picture. I said, "Are
Right.
you sitting on my lap?" And we went on for a little while. We didn't listen to the EVPs until we got done. But during this, David had told it to stop. We was finished. And at that moment, the EMF quit maxing out. It quit. We had normal levels of EMF. So after the investigation, we went out on his porch and was talking about it and was listening to the EVPs. And when I got to the question where are you sitting on my lap, I hear this faint whisper in a little girl's voice say yes. And I'm getting cold chills right now just talking about it. I told David, I packed up my stuff and I said, David, I got to go. So that scared me so much that I left, and I did not go back to his house for 2 weeks.
It's so you were not a believer.
No.
And then, which is great because I love the non-believers because it's fresh, it's new. You're getting a real reaction from you, which we're like, I'm not going back to that guy's house ever again.
David's crazy.
2 weeks, I said, no, man, that's it for me, because I was raised in church, a Christian, and my belief was that spirits know nothing. The dead know nothing when they pass. And when I heard that voice so clear and the evidence that we caught, I was just like dumbfounded. I said, man, I got to go, David. And that's how it all started, really, for me.
No, and I love this, and I don't like little girl spirits in the house.
Yes.
And I'll tell you why. I have 2 girls.
Mhm.
99% of the time, they're not little girls. There's something to pretending to be a little girl, and we don't know what the hell that thing is that they're, that's playing pretend.
Right.
So it's like, out Satan, not today, Satan. Get that little girl. Want to play a game? No, get out now. But
Don't
you're
let-
having this reaction, and then now you're getting that EVP.
It gets
So
better. It
you're-
gets better.
Well, this
gets
picture
better?
right here was taken to him.
Sure. Tell me if you add it to your end, I'll bring it up.
I think one of those audio that you have that I
Okay.
sent you is the next time he came over and we did an investigation of that middle bedroom where I saw that little girl come out of.
Okay.
I'm trying
So
to remember.
We can add this one to the stage. The video EVP, is that that one, or one of
No.
the two audio ones?
Audio, yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what it said on it.
I think it was the first one you put up.
Sure. I'm going to open that up right now. It's was difficult to download things on a sidebar, but here we go. And what I'm going to do is oh, for the love of God, can things just work? Can things just work for once? Everything has been crazy. Everybody else has been complaining about that, but it's 6 seconds long. I'm going to jack up the volume, so pay attention.
Why don't you scratch him? The one with the glasses on.
Is that the one?
Yep.
That's the one.
I'm going to
That's
play it
really-
again.
That sounds like
really
it's
fast.
going fast,
Yeah, it's like it's playing faster.
really fast.
Let me see if I could, you know what? Let's go to this Facebook thing, Messenger, and see. Yeah, it did sound a little bit faster than it should be. Okay, hold on. I'm going to open that up and see if it'll play. Let me rewind it. Let me do it again. Does everybody hear that or no?
Mhm.
Okay.
No, I don't hear. If it's played right now, I don't hear it.
Okay, so then give me 1 second. Let me go save as, and I'll bring you in as why do they make things so difficult? Why is Facebook being that way? Let me see why it's playing so fast. Hold on. I'm gonna get out of my messenger and put it back. Sorry. These are the technical difficulties that we have to live with every once in a while.
That's the beauty of live.
Yeah, I know. I used to hate doing lives, like, everybody be quiet. And then I'm like, I love this fact because I got, we got lives going on in the background. This isn't NBC Studios or something like that.
Yes.
Try it again.
Why don't you scratch him?
Oh, okay.
The one with the glasses on.
Hold on. I saw it. There we go.
Is it
It's going to do it right now at times one. Now let's do it again.
Why don't you scratch him? The one with the glasses on.
Should we do it one more time?
Yeah, turn it up a little bit if you can.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm as loud as it can go on this thing. Oh,
Okay.
no, I can go louder on this. It'll be loud.
Why don't you scratch him? The one with the glasses on.
And we've got someone in the background, our Oregon Bigfoot fades. Wow. She's doing that. That is, that's pretty damn creepy.
So that one, what was funny about that one was that I finally got Jason to come back over to the house, first of all. And so my son and everybody was in school. Well, we start to, get a baseline reading of the house and everything. And then we started to do EVPs. Well, then I get a call from the school. My son's sick. And so I go to school, I pick him up, and bring him back. And I'm like, look, we're doing something, so just be a little quiet, right? He's in high school.
Right.
And so he wants to be part of it. Well, about a week or 2 weeks prior to this, a few weeks prior to this, I got scratched. I was sitting in the living room and had 3 scratches come from my ear all the way down to my shoulder.
Right.
And I probably just wasn't paying attention when something was talking to me is what it was. But you know, uh, um, Jason says, "Why don't you scratch him?" Talking about my son, the one with the glasses on. Well, when we go listening back later on, and uh, we have one somewhere that the audio has been lifted just at those spots only.
Right.
But when Jason says, "Why don't you scratch him?" You hear this male's voice go, "Who?" And then Jason, almost like they were talking to each other.
Yeah,
Jason,
it was wild.
one with the glasses on, and then you hear that same male's voice go, "Little boy."
Really?
Like, you want me to scratch a little boy? It was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, David, did you say earlier that something about the angels in the um, drawing on the wall, the back wall, had um, had some kind of connection with the upside down figure in the closet?
Well, see, that wasn't a closet either. So that was a hallway, and that was a doorway that went in from that hallway to the living room. So that
Okay,
thing was hanging down right where it was hanging down on that other side where that kind of doorway is. On that other side is where my chair sat. And so that's where I sat watching TV all the time, was right there.
okay. It can you make some kind of connection between the painting and what you see, the upside down figure? Is there something there as like an opposite energy from the
Oh, from the painting?
from the painting of the Pootie?
Right. I don't know. I know you know, living in the home, I never got a bad feeling about the place. It always felt the energy there always felt good. I always felt now it was an older home.
Hmm.
So it was built in 1920. So at the time we all recorded this, it was almost, at the 100-year mark.
Wow.
But it had a cistern in the back of the house still. So when you walk out the back door, there's a cistern there. And so it was an old farmhouse.
Hmm.
And uh, and so I'd never really got to figure out who this little girl spirit was, or
Well,
anything.
David, you did see that little girl
Yeah, I saw
uh
her.
on Easter, remember?
Yep, yep. And she come out of one Easter night. She come out of that middle bedroom, and she was wearing a big green Easter dress. And I saw her out of the corner of my eye because I was sitting watching TV, and I saw this movement. And so I turned and I looked down the hallway, and she just turns and looks at me. And like I said, she's about 9-year-old little girl in this big, pretty green Easter dress. And I'm like, huh. And I turn around and start watching TV again. And then I'm like, wait a second. Because my wife at the time had a daughter, but she was nowhere near 9 years old. So I go run it in there, like, what's going on? But of course, everybody else is asleep. So it was pretty good.
That's crazy. That is
Definitely a spirit of maybe a young girl if it's not something evil,
Right.
which we don't think it was, but
I
it's
never felt
definitely a little girl.
See, I've
It's
seen spirits my whole life. For me, it started at the age of 3. and I would wake up in the middle of the night and there'd be 4 or 5 people standing in my bedroom. And it would scare the you know what out of me. So I'd jump up and go running out of the bedroom screaming, there's people in my bedroom. Of course, no one could ever see the people in my bedroom but me. And they just looked like regular people, but only I could see them. And so, that was something that I lived with. It scared me all the way up to about the age of 5. After the age of 5, one night running through the house and these things would follow me, me screaming like my hair was on fire. I just was like, I'm not afraid of you no more. And I turned around and went back upstairs and went to bed.
It does that ability run in the family?
As far as I know, none of my sisters have seen spirits, and I'm not for sure. My mother may have, but I'm not quite for sure. Yeah, there she is. But my mom, I'll tell you what was the really amazing thing is at the time, I lived in a very Christian home. And so, I mean, we went to school at a Christian private school. We were at church every time the doors opened. I mean, we were always there. And normally, when something like this would pop up, you wouldn't get the kind of reception I got because not only my mom, but the preacher also would pull me to the side sometimes and be like, "Hey, it's okay. It's a gift." And when I was young, I was like, "It's not a gift. No, you want it? Take this, please." You know. Now it's a gift. Hey, Brian, you've got your mic off.
I was sneezing, so Sean said, "God bless you, Sun height," and I said, "It's not a gift," and I thank him very much. You're right; it is not a gift. It is a gift, but it's not a gift, and it has a lot of defects in it. I mean, if it was sold on Amazon, that shit would have been returned every time. Like this is returned quite often. That's what the subcategory would be.
And I don't even need my money back, right?
Just keep it. Get it out of my house.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
David, do you find that the minister's acknowledgments helped you to process what you were witnessing as you've gotten older? Do you think that he was kind of like being blasphemous? How do you?
For me, I think, being a young kid and having my mom and, this person that I looked up to, right? He's the head of the church. And,
Right.
we went to listen to him preach. I think that did help with me finally overcoming it. It took years still, but I think it did help. But I think it also did something else too. And I've talked about this more than one time. I think that most everybody has had their imaginary friends and stuff like that. I think most people can see these things and have always been able to. But what happens is that when you're told by everybody, oh, it's an imaginary friend, oh, you're just making it up. Well, we start putting these blocks in our brain. Well, because I wasn't never told that. I was never told it was an imaginary thing. I was told that it was real. I was told that it was okay to see these things that I was seeing. I think that's the only reason that I still am able to do it today.
Well,
And
I mean, like, Jason, when you guys are like rolling out one, does Dave ever like mess with you? Like, yeah, I think we should just like go get some coffee. I don't know what's going, like bullshit. Does he ever, or does he, on your perspective, do you have anything like this happen to you, or no? You still like you?
I have had that happen one time when we were at Chickamauga, that I actually heard something. I've really never experienced anything like David, except for with the equipment that we use. But
Right.
at Chickamauga Battleground, which is the second bloodiest battle in the Civil War here in Tennessee, or it's in Georgia.
My friend was just asking me for fields the other day, like what is that battlefield? And I was trying to think of, because there a lot of us know our battlefields, and I'm like, it's slipping my mind for the most part, but it was Chickamauga.
Chickamauga, yeah.
Chickamauga.
So
You're
we
on the
went
border of Tennessee and Georgia.
Yeah. So we had went down there. We had a psychic with us too. Her name's Lori Hines. She's a good friend. But we had went down there, and David had got sick as soon as we stepped out of the car, or actually when we drove up to one of the places. He had got sick at his stomach and was, I don't know, you know how sensitive people get around spirits or things. So I had my daughter with me too, and me and her got out. David and Lori went on through the field, but me and my daughter was following them, and we got down to the memorial sign that said so many soldiers had passed or died here, and so many horses had died here. And as I was reading that sign, I heard a horse neigh, like, you know how they do.
Oh yeah.
And my daughter heard it too, and it was kind of weird. I'm getting cold chills again. I don't know why, but I actually heard a horse at that spot where some horses had been killed. And as far as David and me, the difference between me and David is his childhood was acceptive of things. Mine wasn't. I was told, hey, you are crazy. You need to go to the altar and repent, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I know I had the same things David had when I was young, but they was telling me it wasn't real.
Yeah.
And that's how I became a skeptic.
Yeah. I know people in the South growing up, like, I'm a Northerner, not by choice. I was born into it. I feel better in the South. And it's not on the racial end of anything. It's when I'm traveling south, and at the end, as soon as you get into North Carolina or on 95, and I see the huge Confederate flag, I'm like, okay, I'm home. That's literally what. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Sean's starting already.
Damn Yankees, Sean says. That's pretty cool.
Damn Yankee. Well, honk if you like dueling, Sean. No. That's what we should do. Paranormal dueling.
There you go.
We do have a problem here.
Not with real guns. Please, not with real guns. We'll use Nerf guns. It's not a bad idea. We'll raise charity money.
We do have a problem here. It's called squatted trucks. Have you that's crazy. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
In Tennessee.
Really?
Yeah, they'll squat the back end of it like it's got a load on it and drive.
These are big 4-wheel drives.
I've seen that before. We have them in Florida, and then we have the guys that jack it up and put the big, the wheels on, and then they throw. I mean, I'm all about lighting shit up, but it's the brightest, whitest LEDs. I'm like, bro, bring that down a level, would you?
They're rock crawling lights, is what they call them.
Yeah, they're rock crawling my ass. They're just. And one of the guys is I know him. He's best buddies with Vanilla Ice, because I live around near him, and he drives around in those trucks, because they all have the trucks and stuff like that. And I'm like, I just wanted to go in there and go, dude, you got to bring it down, Wes. bring the shit down. It was so bright. But then again, like when I was growing, this is what you do. When I was when we didn't have LEDs, I would put 75-watt bulbs in my lows, right? I would put another 75 in, and I had these fog lights. I had a 92 Integra. And if you take, I just put yellow tape over and like, where'd you get those fog lights? And I'm like, it's yellow tape, brother. Go. It's like $1 in the store. Right? I put it in there. And then if you really piss me the F off, my high beams were 150 watts.
Oh, wow.
And I just go, wah, and you just light up. You know, it was just light up the world for you. And they're like, damn, it was so hot. And you can see, you know, like you can start seeing smoke coming off the plastic. So I couldn't keep it on that long, but yeah, we have all that. Let's go duel someplace. You know, we'll go hang out with Sean. And I don't know what you get the Army guys do or whatever. I'm not messing with anybody in the military. I don't need that crap. I'm not trained for any of that stuff. But you know, growing up in down in Bible Belt, and it's a vast Bible Belt. It's okay if you have the Spirit in you. It's okay if you have the baby Jesus in you. But when you start seeing things, you know, and thank you for joining, Stephen. When you start seeing things and people, because you're given this gift by God. It's not a mysterious thing. What's up, Jason? You know, this gift, when God created man in his image, he gave you the ability to communicate directly with God. This is why he says, don't go to soothsayers, don't go to mediums, don't go to any of these people. You don't need to. It's kind of like I need to make a phone call. And they're going around, you going over to somebody else who has a cell phone. I'm like, hey, I need to make a phone call. Meanwhile, you have the cell phone in your pocket. I'm like, just pull the damn thing out and make a phone call. So, but I understand it because it's shunned. People, and I'm going to say, interpret things differently. I didn't have imaginary friends per se. I just knew stuff was happening. And I said it before. I forgot. You know, I'd be walking out, little kid. You know, when did then so and so get hurt? And my mother's like, what are you talking about? So-and-so's not hurt. Phone would ring, you know, and I'm like, oh my God, how did he get hurt? And I'm like, you know, I've done that. And I used to play a game on a bus going up where I'd sit in the back. I'd be bored because I went in Manhattan, New York City. I have to go back to the Bronx. And you sit in the back of the bus and you're like, there's just so many times you can look out the window and see, you know, really bad neighborhoods or dead bodies or whatever. So you focus on somebody and you mentally say, turn around. And eventually people turn around, and some people like you whip around real quick, like cut the shit, you know, and they don't even realize they're using that ability. Wait until you two have a freaking telepathic communication, if you haven't already, with a Bigfoot or a Dogman.
Yeah, no, not yet.
I mean, neither have I, but I know it's going to be it could potentially be a pants wetting moment.
Yes.
We were actually working on remote viewing last night. It was very awesome. Yeah, it was crazy.
So
we can learn.
I do that, and I always do a demo of it. So if you want, I mean, I can come on and do a demo with you guys. I usually start by taking some images. We get a piece of paper and pen. Everybody in your chat can take part in it, and we all do it. I mean, and if I really want to do a double blind, but I'm so focused on the show that it's God bless you, that it's kind of hard to get into remote viewing at that point. And then someone will say, well, he's the one that picked it, you know. I can go back a magazine or two and then tell someone like my youngest, and they take out the picture, you know, cut it out, put it in an envelope. Don't tell me what it is. Write the number on it. Number 1, 2, 3, 4. this way, I don't know, and I'm not impeding in on that investigation. It's a double-blind study. But every time I've done it, I'm sure, David, you're going to pick up on a lot of stuff. I believe it or not, Jason, I think you're going to pick up on stuff too. Michelle's going to probably pick up on a ton of shit. Your daughter, Jason, was going to pick up. Anybody, the woman's going to pick up on stuff. But we can do it anytime you want. I don't care. Shit,
Yeah.
I'll drive to Tennessee right now. We'll do it live.
Last night was fun. I mean, I was I give David his number first, and I was, you know, thinking of something. And actually, I was looking at what I was thinking, and he was so close. I mean, we just couldn't back out. I mean, if we were just too close to the object, we needed to back out, but it was so hard to back out from it.
Yeah.
You know, it's once you start doing what you do for remote viewing and using your mind, it makes things better and better and better.
Mm-hmm.
It totally makes things better and better and better, and you can't stop doing it. I can send you guys something, and I'll send it to you probably through Messenger, or because the phone is, you know, it's easier through Messenger. I'm going to send you a link, and it's the Gateway Experience. Have you ever tried that?
Mm-mm.
You guys need to have like no more than an hour's worth of time. All you need is one. And there are several different 1 to 9 is one technical old disc, compact disc. And people are like, what's a compact disc? Oh, it's like a record. What's a record? You know,
What's an 8-track?
Yeah.
Oh, 8-track, it was great.
I know 8-tracks. Yeah.
My buddy's brother used to like just bust out the Elvis 8-tracks all the time. Oh God, I missed that. Remember the old days when like we had these boom boxes or whatever, your big radios, and you're like, oh, I gotta save money on batteries, and you're winding it yourself.
Yeah.
That's the same, because those dude, I have a radio behind me, boombox. I found it from the 80s. It takes 16 D batteries.
Wow.
Wow.
Dude,
It's insane.
it's like a workout, but it was killer. You know, like it. Oh, so, but yeah, but on this thing, you put a right headphone in and a left headphone. You need right and left, and it hemisyncs your brain, and you just sit there. Matter of fact, if you have if your partner, your wife, your girlfriend, your wife, and your girlfriend, whatever, I'm gonna get in trouble. And you can split that signal. Both of you do it. And then you have something really cool to discuss afterwards. The only thing about this is it will enhance your life and make your life better. You'll be able to know what's happening prior to it's happening a lot of times. So do this. I'm going to send it to you guys. You can do it on your phone. Just save it to your phone. It's different series. And then listen to the files. By the fifth lesson that you do, Focus 10, you're going to have almost an outer body experience, and you're going to probably have an extraterrestrial right in your face.
Wow.
Asking you, what the fuck are you two doing here?
Yeah.
And it's legitimate. But it also teaches you how to protect yourself, which is good when you guys do investigations. And speaking of investigations, we have another EVP here. We've got a couple more EVPs. So, what is given the fact that Tennessee has a lot of history to it in the surrounding area, and then you got those feral people in the mountains, which it's like the whipped cream and cherry on top.
Yes.
How do you deal with it? Like, have you ever had encounters with these individuals, the feral people? And
no, but I had I have a brother-in-law that worked for the Forest Service out there, and he's given me maps, and his bosses literally said, don't go in these areas because there's feral people there. And he gave me those maps. And
road trip.
Yes, we're definitely 100% wanting to go. Yes.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, you better. I'm just trying to figure. Do you use critical defense
Yes.
ammo, or do you use like green tipped critical defense ammo?
I've got
Hollow
both.
points work well.
Hollow points definitely do work. Well, you have your daughter, Jason. So when I go to the range, I have two daughters, so I'm my younger brother had two boys. My older brother had two girls before we had two girls. And he explained it to my older brother. He goes, no, you don't get it. I got to worry about two penises. You got to worry about them all. Yep.
I actually have 4 kids, but 2 of them are grown. Then I have a 11-year-old boy and a 12-year-old girl here at the house, and it's
Yeah,
a
he's
mess. I'm telling you, it's a mess.
Yeah. It's when my first daughter was like, I just didn't care that they were like, she's healthy, it's whatever. She slept through everything. She ate. She would take her bottle and go, "This for my homies." Like she'd suck it back, and they go like, "Oh my god." No problem, BJ. I wish you guys prayer, healing, recovery, blessings, whatever's going on with you, in chat and outside. But so they said, we'll have another one, and I know it's going to be a girl because I have girl bullets, whatever, and it's a girl, and that second one. She has a tattoo on her body when she was born that said "Satan fears me." I am not kidding. It's just holy crap. But she's my ride and die, though. When she gets older, I'd like to do the thing with like have her listen to it. But I promise you, when you do this, it's going to change your entire investigation process because you'll be able to get into a better state. I think. And you won't be able, I don't think you'll be as accessible to these spirits to cut you from ear to your neck, which is just, couldn't they send a card or something? Can't they pick something up and write it? Like.
What's funny to me is like, a lot of people, especially down here, automatically go to, oh, it's a demon or it's a this.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That's not my take on it. For me, if you're sitting here talking with somebody, but then all of a sudden you disengage and you squirrel on something else, this person's still sitting here, and they're trying to get your attention, but you're acting like they don't even exist. They're going to do something to try to get your attention. And I think a lot of times that's what that is like, hey, dumb, I'm talking to you,
Yeah.
And that's the feeling I get when those kinds of things happen. So yeah.
I think you're right about that. It's like, hey, that's a disrespect thing. And you're in a southern area considered, and
Yes.
you don't disrespect your elders whatsoever.
Yep.
They
Yes,
will.
sir. No, sir. That's it.
I grew up that way. Believe it or not, up in this damn Yankee grew up that way. I'm very polite. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Even if it's someone I'm like, I want to go out with them, like, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
It's
because I've been hit in the back of the head. Mark, how about you? You're West Virginia.
Yeah, I do have a related question based on Appalachia. How widespread is the feral people? Is that pretty much just kind of like an Appalachian story? Is it farther across the United States than most believe? That that's actually a fascinating subject.
Yeah. I think the majority of your feral people stories do come from Appalachia, and and more from southern Appalachia than you do pretty much anywhere else.
Okay, well, yeah, you also get the Meludgeon,
Lungeons.
yeah, people. That's kind of a Appalachian story as well, and I just think it's interesting to talk with you know, people from the region who are uh, able to expound on that topic.
Yeah,
David
the
actually has a good theory on feral people. He
What's that?
he brought it out in the Vanish movie. So, go ahead, David.
And go see the Vanish movie because it's fantastic. And
Yes.
it's streaming right now. So
hey, it
we'll
is
put
full
them
of
on.
beautiful people. Beautiful
Yes.
people. I'm just
A lot of beautiful people.
yeah.
Except that English guy whose birthday's coming up. Sorry, Adam.
No, so on the Vanished, when I was doing that, my little part that I Greg was so nice to have me come on for. He was talking about Bigfoot, and in the Native American culture talks about Bigfoot in multiple different facets, right? Bigfoot is not only a flesh and blood creature, but he is also a spiritual creature, right? He lives in both worlds, is what they say. But
I agree.
they also talk about how they would tell the kids and the women, don't be going into the woods alone because Bigfoot steals women and children. And there's tons of these stories. So, if you try connecting the dots just a little bit, if they steal women and children, what do those children grow up to be but feral people? So, what if those feral people that we're talking about were brought up by Bigfoot, stolen and brought up by Bigfoot? Maybe.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
That is a really good theory there.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is interesting. What I understand Tarzan is
Yes.
okay. That's a fictional story, but you do get those 19th century doctors' reports that
Boys raised by wolves.
yeah, like a feral type child. There is no evidence of a parent, but how did a child survive in the wilderness for the last 15 years on his own? He's not able to really speak because he never heard anyone's talk, speak. I think one case was from France, but it's I believe what you're talking about. What I don't know if Bigfoot or some other animal, whatever acted as the surrogate parent, but there are a few documented cases. It's a really fascinating subject.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can they even learn?
Sorry. Some of these comments are getting better and better.
You're bad.
I just see this image.
I really think that they do, Mark, going on what you was just talking about, I think that like the Tarzan movies, the Jungle Book, all these things that are in, stories that are being told. Well, most stories come from something, right? They come from
Right.
telling a story about something that actually happened, and those somethings are probably like what you was talking about, the boy who was raised by wolves, and most
Mhm.
people have probably seen those excerpts and stuff like that from stuff. So we have real stories around the world of kids being feral and people being feral, and then other things in the wild raising these human kids, and they seem to adapt and to be able to adapt to whatever that situation is. So I honestly believe that this feral people thing that's going on has something to do with something like that. I really do.
So that's it. It's interesting to look at right now. I believe Bigfoot. I was flesh and blood at one point. I believe they go interdimensional, so they can be flesh and blood or interdimensional. But what if? I think they also go through a point where they're with their family, clan, whatever you want to call it, and when they get to a certain age, or something happens, or it's they're left behind, and it could be like, well, that's a dead Bigfoot. We're moving, leave it. And then maybe some of these people come across it, and maybe they take that as their own, and then they raise it, and then, I mean, there is so much to explore here.
Yep.
It's a very dangerous exploration to go research it, because the people that are feral, they're no joke. They
No.
are no, they will take you out, and you gotta go see The Vanished. You'll see David in there, um, and it's not what you think, and it's really powerful. Some of
Yes.
this stuff that's coming up, because God forbid you go into, like, we're gonna go. I'm gonna be at Ocala Bigfoot conference in June, and Polites is gonna be there, Mr. Personality, and um, hope he doesn't start shit with everybody. But that
Yeah.
missing 411 stuff could partially be feral, but it's also, you don't know what the hell's in the woods.
Right.
And yeah,
Well,
so
and then
it's
these
weird.
portals, like Greg and stuff talks about, right? The portals that open up, that
Oh yeah.
you just walk into it, and then you're gone. Many years ago, Jason and I was going to write a book, and we've never done it. And I've talked about it probably 100 times by now, but
You need to
uh,
do it.
yeah, uh, it's called The Present Seeding the Past. And we really believe, I mean, wholeheartedly believe, because science proves that anything man can think up, nature can do it on its own. We already know that portals can appear just from nowhere. Nature can do it on its own.
Yeah.
And there's something that's neat when you really start thinking about all these ancient cultures. They have a lot of things in common, right? They were very good with mathematics. They were very good at the stars, at mapping the stars, and at knowing how they moved and all these different things. Well, we started trying to think about this in a different way than ancient alien theory. Um, what if it isn't ancient aliens? What if flight 919, when all those planes went missing, and then the spotter plane that went after them with all those people on it just disappeared out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then it's time and time again, even till present day, and boats and ships of people just go missing. What if, one thing that all the captains on these ships and the pilots on these planes have to know is how to navigate by the stars. They have to know that, because if all instruments fail, they have to be able to know how to get back. It's landmarks and stars, right? And so when you start looking at that, then you start looking down history and you start seeing these Thunderbirds, these big, almost
Mhm.
metal birds that they've seen back in times. What if these planes that go missing are somehow slipping back into time and we're actually seeding the past with the future? The past is full of people from the future.
So the Thunderbirds are actually Flight 19. We're just going to use a number.
Yeah.
It disappears.
Yes, sir.
That is very possible.
Yep.
That is super possible. There was something I posted recently, and apparently it's recent. I forgot where it was. I think it was in Denver. People were someplace, and a pterodactyl flew over them.
I seen that
Now-
video.
Right. Now, when I was coming back from Crossing Realms conference, I didn't really want to go through what I call the Dirty South. I've got New York plates that go back to the Bronx. Guess who's getting pulled over first by, Sheriff Roscoe Pico train, and Boss Hogg, the guy from the Bronx that's in the Dirty South on some country road. Like, what are you doing here? But I was headed, it was kind of cool. I saw Muscle Shoals and all these other things and music related. But I forgot the name of the road or the number when I was going from Alabama into Georgia, because I was staying in Atlanta or Marietta. I'm driving, and you know how the roads are. Well, your roads were better in Tennessee. Like that 411 I took was decent size. There was places you could pull off. On some of these country roads, it is such a steep drop for the culvert, so the water can run through. You pull off, you're flipping your car, or you're not going to be able to get out. You got to call the wrecker. And I couldn't pull off, and it's 2 lanes. And as I'm driving, I'm like, I just saw it right in front of me. And I'm like, that blew my mind. I was like, holy crap, that's a pterodactyl. And I was hoping my camera caught it, but it didn't. And I was like, okay, start thinking, right? But with you saying the past is seeding the future with that video, that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And now planes that go missing, the ship that goes missing, there's the ghost ship in the ocean, there's this. That's an interesting, you gotta write the book. You two just sit there.
Yeah.
Go over to that place where it's the summer. Go right over to wherever we were sitting for the Vanished, and there was drinks and beers, and just take an Uber or have someone drop you both off. Duck back some, get a recorder, put it down on whatever, and then just translate the recording.
Yeah.
Or get Mark to come down. I'm trying to get him for next year at Townsend. Because
Come on, Mark.
Mark will get him there. He'll wrestle some of the midgets.
Oh yeah.
Get him in there.
That'd be awesome.
It would be great.
One thing David didn't mention, which I think is important, is even in today's time, or I think in today's time, that you still have these civilizations that don't know anything. They haven't seen airplanes. They haven't seen anything. Just like what was it, World War I, World War II? Go ahead, David. Tell them.
The cargo cults.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, cargo cults. Yep.
They worship these people that were dropping them supplies.
Well, the same thing,
Crazy.
right? So if there's ancient man and all of a sudden they see guys, something fly in and lands, and then these people get out, right? They've got thunder sticks, they've got the gun with them or whatever, and they wield some kind of power, and they've got a spear, quote unquote, that doesn't miss its target. You could go on to different culture and start talking about these guys. But yeah, there you go.
Fire.
Yeah, the wielder of fire.
You whip
What was
out a
that
big
movie?
lighter.
What was that movie that came out when they first discovered fire? I can't even remember.
2001 Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
That was the opening. and then they discovered fire, and it ended with basically what we're going to be going through from this point forward.
The
What are you
Star
doing,
Child.
Dave? What are you doing, David? No. Open the door. I can't open the door, David. You know, it's going to be AI telling us what they can and cannot do.
Yes.
Yeah, and Sean comes in with military history for 50. That's right, Sean. Another thing is people that got caught in the Pacific Islands, these Japanese soldiers, they're probably, you may have some people that are still alive today on some of these islands that don't get inhabited, that are from World War II, still think the war's going.
There's actually an episode on Gilligan's Island.
Oh,
you remember that episode?
Yeah.
where he's the military guy from the Japanese, I guess, and I don't know, it's pretty weird, but
no,
funny.
It's just think about so this is the weird thing, past coming in for future going to past. I have 2 EVPs left from you guys, so we can hit those, and then I'd like to, we're we do have time, but I definitely want to talk about what you just released.
Yes.
Because everybody needs to see this. So yeah, so we have another EVP that was a video. It said EVP on it. Is that what cases? What was the evidence on that one? Where was that from?
Trying to remember, because I just started
I
finding.
can add it to the stage and we can play it.
Yes.
Oh, that was when we did a private investigation of a home.
Right.
Yeah, and he was getting, so the recorder is when he's walking us around the house. We're in the back bedroom now. His kids are saying all these things are going on. They're hearing stuff and seeing things. And he says that I keep getting a growl come from this area right here. Well, right after he says that, on the recorder, you could hear a kind of growl. It was pretty intense.
That's never good. We're going to listen to it right now, folks. And it's never good. Growling is never good. Come on. Let's go. Give it a second.
In the living room now, those 3 windows are your cabinets. And the growl, it sounded, of course I couldn't make it. It's right there. It was in.
Did you hear it?
You hear that? It went. It was back here and I was right there. Follow me. That. Listen, you'll hear him talk about the growl. The growl, it sounded, of course I couldn't make it. It's right there. It was in. Yeah. It was back here and I was right there. Follow me.
That is crazy.
That's Jason
That
starting
is-
to justice.
Oh yeah,
that is a crazy. Oh, nice.
What's
That's
crazy?
That's at the end of this video.
What's crazy is that during the filming of all that in the living room, at one point, Jason had Coochie Booger starring Rod Jeremy. The camera in the living room, and what was weird is that on the wall, at just for a few seconds, you literally see like this skull, and then it disappears out of the wall.
it was
You get the growl and you get a skull kind of semi appearing.
yeah. So
Same-
like
same
where
spot.
Yeah, where that guy was sitting, right behind him on that wall was a skull. And now this place is pitch dark, so there's no lights to dance or play on anything. It was weird.
I have a quite what you were just talking about with the skull and growl. Okay, it's like the uh, upside down figure from the photo. You know, it's the baby angels painting on the wall. Okay, so you get kind of a couple examples of some of your work has overlaps to them.
Mhm.
And that in the video, you know, one of the videos of yours with the well, you also have it. It seems like the legend of the cryptid
Mhm.
preceded the accidental drowning of the like 10-year-old girl.
Mhm.
So, so are you seeing like some kind of uh, uh, conflation of stories? Is one trying to be yeah, the stronger of the two? You know, like there's like a competition for, you know, within the paranormal realm to have that entity's story explained first. How would you explain something like that? You know, I think it's really intriguing what you know, these overlaps that you have documented.
Well, Jason, you want to go ahead?
Well, I was going to say, the first story that was told was of the couple that couldn't have children.
Right. Yep.
So they made a deal with the devil. The guy made a deal with the devil where she would bear a child, and the child came out hairy,
Eric.
hairy. And he
Mhm.
was stronger than any team of mules, and went on and went on. And then you come into the story of the little girl that had drowned in the spring house. It kind of came together because whatever this cryptid is, whether it be Dogman or Bigfoot, this thing was connected to that little girl, because when she had drowned afterwards, when she was buried, they had covered that stone, they had covered the well up, and this creature had came down and lifted that stone out and threw it out into the to the place. So they were kind of connected at that point, we realized.
And if you look at also uh the very first story that's told is the little girl story in the movie, right?
Right.
That's the
Yeah.
very story. But then the very next story is Stephen, that's in the chat room right here. Stephen's son got the same thing happened to him that happened to that little girl. Now, Stephen didn't know the full story of the little girl. Heck, I didn't even know it. And the Jamie that told the story of the little girl didn't know about what happened to Stephen. And Stephen's son, the same thing happened to him. They were there doing some investigations, and something in his head says, "Come walk down this trail." And that's the same thing that started happening to this little girl before she was drowned, because she walked away and don't know quite what happened, but that's when she drowned.
And what's great about that, Mark, is that the fact that people that even if they don't know, even if they do know each other, this is something in the community. You're not, I mean, I talk about it. You guys would talk about it. You know, we know who to talk to, but in general, this would not be common knowledge to anyone. Matter of fact, the husband and wife would not have a common, they would be like, no, don't, like if the man in this, and I give you, you know, if you're in the chat for Paranormal 411, God bless you and the family. And I appreciate everybody that's come forward. It is the hardest thing to do. But your testimony of what took place has been validated. And that's the importance. It gets validated, like you guys were saying. His son validated what took place in the original story, and then validated this other person's story. So you're not alone. And what's great is when you find out that we're not alone. Now, you want to talk about how to make a really cool best friend and like a family member? When you experience that and you're all having that, you guys become like this. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to interject. And can I show? I mean, since we're in the Ron Jeremy Coochie Booger,
let's do it.
Yeah, I would like to. I'm gonna share the. I am going to share the stage with the legend of the Coochie Booger, and this is their. I've got to go to Paranormal 411. Look at that. For some reason, it did not want to. I had a little bit of an issue before, so come on, go. My computer has decided to go union on me. My computer's gone union on me. So look, Mark, you're on there. And they're doing a live right now, but these are the videos. This is it. It's right here. It was released 4 days ago, but we're going to get this. We're going to do the Legend of Coochie Booger, and I think this is the teaser, if I'm correct?
Yeah, it should say trailer on it.
Yep. I'm looking. I think that is it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, should be about 300 something watches or something like that.
It's 1,300.
Yep.
So we're gonna go play it right now. So let's bring it up.
There's a place most people won't talk about after dark, known only by a name whispered for decades, the Coochie Booger. Stories begin to spread of heavy footsteps circling just beyond the trees, of figures too large to be human, of something watching from the shadows, while others believed it was something far stranger. And then there were the quieter stories, a child's voice echoing through the woods, unseen footsteps, and the chilling sensation that something was standing just behind you. Old-timers say a tragedy once occurred there. A young girl drawn to the edge who never returned, and whose spirit, some believe, still lingers there.
Son, what are you talking about? Something's telling me to walk down the trail. Who told you to walk down the trail? The voice. Son, what voice? The voice in my head.
Said that the old man had made a pact with the devil.
Some places aren't just haunted by memory, they're alive with it. And some places are forgotten for a reason.
Blood-curdling scream comes from inside the house.
I said, how's Doc doing? And he told me that Doc Davis had died a month before.
And the next thing that come off that ridge, I would describe now as an ultrasound. And it was kind of like a noise.
Did you hear that?
My name is David. Jason.
Can I see your breath?
We're here doing our live investigation.
And you do not have to wait.
Yes.
You do not have to wait. We're gonna I don't even know how to get the hell out of this, the widescreen anymore. You can just go right back to Paranormal 411 on let me see this right now on their YouTube channel. It's in the chat. And there it is, Legend of Coochie Booger. And let me tell you something. I remember watching it, and I was talking to Dave a little bit early because we want to get the stuff there. And I said, you guys did beyond fantastic job with this. Real professional, real everything was great. But it left me a little pissed off because 45 more minutes. I mean, like it's just, yeah, you guys have to do the Coochie Booger 2, 3, 4. It's gonna be like Sharknado at one point, but yeah. I mean, when you guys did the Coochie Booger, when I first heard it, because you guys were discussing it when we were up in Townsend.
Yeah.
And I was like, Coochie Booger. And that stuck with me on my ride back down to Florida from up there.
Yeah.
And that gave me this at this point. And it's gonna probably pop up in 2 seconds. That's good. You got him, Third Eye Live. There's a Coochie Booger right there.
That's what it looks like.
We always do these stupid advertisements. We got to get people here somehow.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah. So, but it's like,
it's the quality of the guests.
It is the quality of the guests, but it's such a fascinating story, and it seems like you guys you left this, not hanging, but in a bad way. I'm like, yeah, Coochie Booger 2's got it.
You want more, right? That's what we wanted.
Yeah, I think everybody, even the ones that subscribe to you normally and everybody that watches this, want a lot more. So yeah, and I'm not saying, you know what, it needed at least, you could have given them another hour and a half, and they'd want more.
Yeah.
And this is great for I can't be happier for you guys without this. And I'm definitely want to go on that road with you guys. Yeah. And yeah,
you're in this area. We'll actually take you. I mean, literally from my house, it's not even 10-minute drive.
We'll get Paul up here too. We'll get Paranormal Paul.
Yes.
Paul, drive the 8 hours. We're going Coochie Boogering.
Yes.
And
like from my house, it's like right over the hill. I mean, we grew up right here, and this was our hangout. So
Coochie, well, that whole area was like where you guys. So that's where you did your drinking and your hanging and your making out and all that stuff.
That's how it got its name, the Coochie Booger, because you would take girls out there, right?
Get some coochie. Yeah.
That's right. That's how it got its name.
A lot of, you know what? I mean, the same year I had my first ever Bigfoot sighting, which I only realized a long time after I got older. I was 10, and the same summer I had it in northwestern Connecticut. That same summer, near the place that I had it, there were 2 sightings, and on the opposite side of the hill, or the little mini mountain that they had in the Berkshires, was a lover's lane, and there was a couple there, trying to get it on. And when that 8-9 foot wild man walked out, because they call him Wild Man up there, they hauled ass out of there.
Still to this day, people go there. I mean, we've encountered quite a few people just on the side of the road, just sitting, probably doing things they shouldn't.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just a legend around here since the 80s.
But they're eyewitnesses too. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Mark. I mean, it must be interesting what they've seen.
Yeah, it is. Jamie Nix, the guy from Piney Life, he's got a hunting channel called Piney Life on YouTube, and he's had the most. That's what got me interested in it again. His story that he told, it's been a few years back, but he had a video telling his story on his channel, and man, it just brought back memories, and me and David, we talked about it, and we went from there. So
Yep. And we hooked up with Steven, and
got a warning. Watch out for the Jeeps.
yes, Steven.
Yeah. Well,
Steven knows about the Jeeps.
Yeah, we was out there one time. Me, Jason, my wife, Eddie and Susan that owns Legends and Lore Pizzeria, and Steven was all out there, and we was kind of looking. We actually, I think Steven has a picture because we saw a canid print when we was there at that point, and it was
really?
huge. That thing was big. And well, we was all up on the road again talking. Now this road is like a lane and a half. It's not two cars. You have to get
you got to pull over to let the other.
Yeah, you have to pull up on the side of the hill to get let the other cars go by. So we're all parked, and we're kind of parked on a hill so that people kind of come by us. Well, I guess they were so interested in what we were doing that they kept looking back. But a little ways down, there was probably a good 6-foot drop off to the creek, at least 6 foot.
Oh.
He got that Jeep too close to the edge, the bank, and it wound up right on its top. I mean, bam, right on its top. Yeah, in the creek.
I've been in. There's something about people that own Jeeps. My asshole younger brother, who's flying up Mount Washington. And folks, when I tell you that it is a drop, it's insane. And it was so unnerving that his Rottweiler was crying. He even knew. It was like, slow the fuck down, move over. But I've been on plenty of those roads. Not for a normal Prius. Don't take your Prius down there. Whoever has that. I mean, these fake SUVs, they aren't good. You really should get like something that you can actually get up on a bank and has some clearance. But wow, I feel bad.
When we were making the film, I would go down that road probably every other day, taking pictures and doing this and that. And I met quite a few people, and I drive a full-size Hummer. So it was very difficult at some points.
That is a wide vehicle. Yes.
Yeah, when people come through, I have to practically go up on the bank.
And I mean, yours is kind of built for it more so than some other people, but someone needs to take out, get an excavator, and just start widening the road a little bit.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Jason, I just want to. It seems like that spring house is the focal point of the hollow. Is there a? Okay, I understand the reason why the little girl would be confined to the location around the spring. What about this dog man or whatever cryptid that is? Is there something in the native legends or something in the water that would attract these types of cryptids? Do you have an explanation for why
Well,
things are going on at the spring house?
years ago, I think it was in the 1800s, late 1890s, right, David? There was an archaeologist group that came in, and it's called Back Creek Knobs. That's the name of the area, and it's where Back Creek runs into the Little Tennessee River. And they excavated a site right at that area.
As a burial mound.
Yeah, it was a burial mound. Have you ever heard of the Back Creek Stone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where this came from. Back Creek area.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It had writing on it?
Yes. Like Hebrew, maybe. Some say it was Cherokee. Some say it was Hebrew. I think Scott Walters did a big show about it.
There is. I'm trying to get Scott's a brother of mine, so I'm trying to get him on because I want to talk about some of this stuff. And but there is a lot of similar relationship between Hebrew and Cherokee, the language.
Yeah,
a lot of similarities to it. So that's very interesting. I definitely now I got to go look up this stone again.
Yeah, I think Scott come to the conclusion that maybe the lost tribe of Israel. You never know. We don't know.
No, you never know. And actually, if you look at the Cherokee Nation and you look at their ceremonial chest plate and everything, and then you look at what and you can see what a ceremonial Hebrew would be wearing by watching Indiana Jones when they're trying to open the ark, the first one. He's wearing the same chest plate. Everything is similar. So there's a correlation there, which is bizarre, but good, interesting, Mark.
Yeah, and you also get the Sinclair family flag and the Newfoundland flag are the inverse of each other.
Which ones? The Sinclair flag and the who?
Newfoundland flag. There's I think it was in Bill. It was either in Scott or Bill Mann's books. There's it kind of suggests a connection between Scotland in the 1390s and an existing culture already here in North America. I'll have to if we get Scott on, he can explain it better, and I can't. I just screwed it up.
I think off the coast of
Eastern Canada.
Yes, that rock they found that had I forget what it had on it, but it had like Norse writing on it, and
it had a bunch of different writing from. It was almost like a Rosetta Stone type of thing.
Right.
It's translating certain things into others, and then you get the Kensington Ruin Stone. Then you get the tower in Rhode Island, all connected, and that goes back to the real Knights Templars, and it's not just chapeaus and bullshit. These are the people that actually were enlightened and came over and know a lot more about what's going on. I bet you, in their documentation, they would already have known about what we call a Bigfoot or a dog man, and they'd be very much aware of, where it came from and what it does. That could be magic. It could just be a creature that has the ability. But interesting, maybe when we get them back on, we'll just get Jason and David back on. We'll all talk because you live in that area. Some of the lore of that area. But what is the connection to those mounds, to the fact that this little girl passed away? because that's a nice angle right there.
Yeah, Stephen from Arcane Discoveries, he was raised around here too, and he knows a lot about the history of the land and where it used to be Cherokee land, and TVA took it to build the lake here, and a lot of graves, were covered up with water, hadn't been moved. It was a big deal here.
Yeah,
It's a really big deal because the indigenous people like the Bigfoot. I don't know about the Dogman. Honor their ancestors and honor their dead in some fashion. And I mean, what would you do if someone, and trust me, folks, this has been done. The state of Connecticut has done it numerous times. What would you do if, like, you went back to go visit mom and dad or grandma and grandpa's grave, and there's a shopping center on top of it? And you're like, what the fuck? What is this? Or a lake and people are water skiing.
The
Well,
lake,
we were talking about Deliverance earlier.
yeah.
Where it lives. Sorry.
the lake that they made, Tellico Lake, it actually covered up the capital of the Cherokee Nation. It was a village here. What was the name of it, David? David knows more about the natives than me. Go ahead.
Tahlequah. That's
Tahlequah.
yeah, that's where they think that. Yeah, because Tenassee's up through here, and that's where they believe that the name Tennessee come from. Was that village Tenassee?
Wow.
Yeah, they actually covered it up with when they flooded the area for Tellico Lake.
You go out to like you're going towards City Cove from here. You have Sequoia's birthplace museum where Sequoia was born and everything. And then just right down the road, you've got the rebuilt Fort Loudon. So it's a fort. And
It was a French fort. Right.
And so
the French.
Yeah, it's on a different side than it was. You could see where it originally was. It's kind of just on the other side of the water. They've got it built here, but just right in the water, not far from where this place is built, was most of the old settlements of the Cherokee Indian. That's in the water now.
And they got, I mean, the Cherokees have been moved, I think, one of the most out of all indigenous. And that's, I was explaining that I studied this stuff. And I don't know if, I don't remember if it was like when we were backstage in the green room before the show started or not. I really found it fascinating because after studying it and after studying the characteristics of their physical structure of indigenous, and being actually when I was a baby, my mother left me with two what were they? They weren't Cherokee, they were Navajo. And Penny and her brother, and I forgot she called me the little bear with big mouth because I cried a lot or whatever. And she was sweet. But they would tell me little things and stories. They had jet black hair, a little bit like tan skin. It wasn't red, it's tan. Everybody from Europe is whiter than white.
Yes.
Kind of like, and then you see some people have been in the sun, like, dude, you need a vacation, man. Go over here, lie down in the sun. But he had the almond shaped eyes, very distinctive, high cheekbones. I think my father's mother had definite native in her someplace. Little bear, big mouth. Yes, Oregon fades. I know right now, her mind is fucking crafting something, and I'm gonna get an image at the end of it. I love you to death, but
that needs memeing. She's
you should definitely talk to her. She does a lot of stuff with Bigfoot and whatever in Oregon on the West Coast. They team up and go big will. See, that needs memeing. I knew that was coming. But the history there. So I'm very partial to that. We did a sweat lodge, and one of the guys that was in the class, everybody was really cool, really told guy, he goes, "Wow, my great grandfather would be really pissed at me at this point." And we're like, "Well, who's that?" Andrew Jackson. He's responsible for getting rid of all these fucking guys. And let me tell you something. The one guy that all natives, and indigenous could love to take out would be AJ. Yeah.
Yep.
But I think there's a significance to the mounds when you guys were talking about it, if they excavated it, the stone. Do you have stories? And I don't know if you guys investigated it, but of giants in the area surrounding the mounds?
No.
Not in this particular area, but there have been some reports of the Smithsonian taking some around.
Those fuckers. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't mean to curse.
What about little people?
Oh yeah, little people, definitely.
And the Cherokee have a lot of tales about the little people. In some of the tales, they talk about them, how they actually help them in warfare. But there's also tales of talking about how they are almost like tricksters, and that they'll trick you into doing things. And so it just kind of shows you, the two sides of these beings.
I think they serve their own purpose, but again, I really want everybody to go because we're almost out of time. How can everybody contact you? Should they go to the paranormal411.org or online, or where was the best way for them to contact both of you guys?
Go ahead. I know you
Well, if they want to just get in touch with us, we have an email called info@paranormal411.org. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, or you have a story you want to share, that's the way to contact us. If you just want to watch our stuff, we have a YouTube channel, which is at paranormal 411_official. And then of course, Facebook, we're on Facebook. You just have to search it up. But that's about how we do have a website, paranormal411.org.
And I'm gonna show it to everybody right now.
It's a cool website. David's
Great job.
done a lot of work on it, and we have blogs and everything on it. And
it in my opinion, it's the best way to post from your blog to Facebook, because then it draws it back to you. And normally when you post something, they're quicker to edit an individual versus a website doing it.
Right.
It's a business, and there's legal reasons why they sometimes don't want to do that. But it's paranormal411.org. And they have some great stuff on there. A lot of great stuff. It's all really, really great. So I just wanted to share that with everybody, so people don't get upset. But I mean, I want to go into more investigations with you guys and game planning and all that stuff.
Let's just do a part 2.
We can do a part 2. I mean, the summer's coming up, and after I watch Legend of the Coochie Booger, besides writing a freaking blues song, Legend of the Coochie Booger,
I do have a question for Bryan.
Yes, sir.
I've been hearing a lot about this God helmet.
Oh,
do you have that?
I don't need the God helmet. I can do it by myself. What I'm going to send you, remember the thing I'm going to send you?
Yeah.
Gateway? Once you start that, you don't need the God helmet.
Okay.
Now, you can, you know what? If you're in a situation where someone has one, go try it out if you'd like. I would recommend buying them, a couple $100, but you really need someone to be You need a point person, because if you can't handle that, 'cause that's it's a little bit different. You could have problems. Like could mess you up a tad bit. It's fixable, but it's going to screw you up. But the way I do that, matter of fact, Paul, who was in here, I just came on to watch, like something at night. I was watching BMR, and they were all at this place. And my spidey senses started to kick in. I'm going, that's going to happen. Someone's going to be there. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, look, I don't want to take up your chat. And of course, Bigfoot Michigan Rob's like, come on in. So, Paul was doing the God helmet for the first time. And I stopped him prior to it, because first time is really, could mess you up. Had him breathe a little bit. I said, you're going to have an experience. You're going to, because I saw what he was going to see. And he met his father and grandfather were there. And then he saw an extraterrestrial. And at that moment, a lot of people think Bryan Bwden's full of shit until they have it. And then they're like, no, Brian's the real deal. And I get it, because it's always good to be, give a little distance, be suspect. You could try the God helmet. You want, is that what you're looking for, to try it?
Yes. Ever since I've heard people talk about it, like Natalie, and I'm assuming it came from you, because they always mentioned your name when it come to the God helmet.
Well, I'm not. I do what the God helmet does automatically.
Okay.
Give me some time. But we all know this wonderful guy named Greg Ogles.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what would be great is, and talk to Natalie too. I don't have one. I was toying with it a long while ago, like a bunch of years ago. Should I, maybe I should get one, maybe I shouldn't get one. And then I started doing it. I don't need to do that. But it would be interesting. I think you would enjoy it. You both would enjoy it. Actually, Jason, you would probably enjoy it a little bit more than David, because David, you're already seeing things, and you connect on a different level. So it's kind of like having a God helmet 24/7. But the only thing I would wish they would give us the fucking lottery numbers. I'm sorry for person, but
Yes,
God, you give me the lottery numbers, please.
Yes.
Yeah. And they always say, all these psychics say, well, I can't, I know you're not allowed to have them, but I can have them, and I won't share shit with you if you'd like. That's what you know. But I would like to share with you. But yeah.
Just call it, right? Just
try it. It depends, who is it? The ladies of Blondes and Booze, Krista, Brandy, and well, now Natalie, but they know somebody that has a God's helmet, but they're in Missouri. That's an 8-hour trek for you, but they'll put you on the right path to get the right God's helmet, and then you can play around with it. But I would think you should play around with it together, because one being a spotter, just in case, if you're like, because you're going to have an experience and it's going to feel like you're not in your body, and you may not be able to handle it. And if, I would keep something like a pulse monitor on them. That's how I would do it.
I had an out-of-body experience once. When
what was her name?
I wished, but.
All right. I went there, folks. Yes.
Seriously, that scared me to death. I did not want to have another one. It was wild.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all.
So I was asleep. I hope we got time to tell this. I was asleep.
We have time.
In the bed, and all of a sudden, I'm looking down on myself on the bed, and it's something like a magnet is pulling me to the ceiling, and I'm swimming to get back down. I don't know where I would have went if I hadn't have got back down in my body, but as soon as I hit my body, I woke up, and I was a nervous wreck.
So you actually saw you're hovering over your body,
sleeping. Yes.
Now, do you think that was like a sleep apnea thing where you were on the cusp of?
That's what. Maybe an OBE, or maybe near-death experience, I don't know, but
Yeah.
something happened.
Well, I always tell people, you ever have those dreams where it feels like you're on a roller coaster or an elevator and your stomach drops?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's when your body, your soul, your body, your essence is going back into your body. That's why it happens. So
you know, I do have sleep apnea, so that could have been what that was.
Well, you were that's what I'm saying is you could have had a real true out of body experience, which is fine. But if you have sleep apnea, I always ask that because when you're in that lucid state, it seems like a dream, but you're really like suffocating. I mean, I had something where I woke up and I will tell you, I could not breathe. And I don't have sleep apnea. But I woke up and it felt like somebody was choking me. And, I'm like literally could not breathe.
Well, I had an episode of that a couple of years ago, and they told me that my heart would stop for 3 seconds at a time and my oxygen would drop to under 60 when I slept.
The heart stopping for 3 seconds it's all significance, and your
AFib.
oxygen level.
I had AFib. Yes.
Yep. Going to under 60, that would elicit some of that psychological dream, like weirdness. But if it hadn't happened since then, you use a CPAP?
I do.
Yeah. Where you look like Darth Vader or a TIE fighter.
Actually, when we were doing our investigation, this past weekend, I bought a solar generator, and it actually, the CPAP worked great with it.
Oh, 100%. I mean, like, I'll tell you the truth. I'm a pain in the ass. I don't want to camp like the old days. I mean, we are way too modern to be like, that tent that I had in the other part of Florida. It was like,
we could go on and on about my tent, but we ain't got time for that.
After that, I went and I looked for something, and now I have a 4-person tent because it was on sale. I was really going to go for a 2-1. It blows up like a kid's bouncy castle. It's got windows. I'm like, I'm gonna put the pool table over there.
That's what I want. Yeah. But mine, David popped his up. Now you can stand up straight up in it, and I popped mine up, and I could barely crawl through it. You could tell mine was Temu, and his was Amazon. I don't know.
Well, that's the problem. Like, I come back from a 9-mile hike. My muscles are seizing. Not enough drinking. And I'm looking at my tent. It's like this big.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm not getting my fat ass in that thing. You're going to have to call a tow truck to get me out.
I told David, man, we're going to put the equipment in my tent, and I'm putting my cot in your tent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I'm with you on that. There's a lot of things. People like, I got Starlink because Krista dropped me when we were doing the fundraiser for Adam from Half Inch Rent's crew. Another good guys you hook up with, and everybody, great people. She dropped me off at Emmaus, and that's how every freaking horror film starts. It's like, I'll be back sometime in the morning. I'm like, are you effing kidding me? I got a butter knife. What the fuck? And what was messed up is, don't get me wrong, the Airbnb that they have there, or whatever it is, it's beautiful, and there's some internet on the inside. So I went outside to smoke my cigarette, and I hear like a lady, like, help, like the help thing off in the distance on the right, and it's moving a little bit. And I'm like 11 o'clock scrolling through. I'm like, nope, you are. I am not going over there, because when I flew in, I couldn't carry my toys with me. Critical defense stuff uses, and there I am. I don't even have a pocket knife, and I'm like, I got a freaking butter knife. This is every movie. This is every Scooby-Doo episode. This is all of it. There's a creepy asylum across the street. And the last time we were there, they got a dogman print no more than 20 yards from the front door of that cabin.
What?
16-inch dogman print. And I'm
Holy-
like, holy crap, this is really bad idea.
Yes.
Yeah. So you just
Oh.
roll the dice, go to sleep, think something's gonna happen. I don't care at this point, you know.
No,
Have two
yeah.
kids,
I
let 'em
just-
go.
just 3, 2, 1. out.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like that, and then sometimes, like I told you guys over at Townsend, the car goes ding, and I press the button to shut it off, and I look at the passenger window, and there's the Bigfoot going, breathing across, and I'm like, oh. which Oregon Bigfoot Fades made a little beam and says, you can watch me all you want, big boy, I'm going to bed. So yeah, I know it's coming. It's in my chat right now.
I like it.
David and Jason, love having you guys here. Love meeting you guys. Love meeting your family, and everybody's great. And I can't wait to get back up to your neck of the woods. Totally. If anything, you know, I definitely want to have you guys back. Come back on. And yeah.
Yeah.
Paranormal
Thank you.
Family. I appreciate you.
We appreciate you having us on. We want to have you guys on too. We're going to be scheduling probably sometime this week. I'm going to start, and hopefully we can get you on, you and Mark on both soon.
I would definitely, I'd love it. Yeah. And also that man up there, Mark Eddy, if you need guests, Mark Eddy Productions, I mean, he knows a ton of people, and they're really good people, and you know, just keep in touch with them.
Absolutely.
When he's not doing his OnlyFans page, he's really focused. I'm always, dude, it's better I said OnlyFans because I just discovered there's an Only Dwarfs. Okay.
Oh no!
I swear to God. Yeah. Remember the whole midget wrestling thing? We discovered there's Only Dwarfs. Thank you, everybody, for coming in here.
We'll keep talking.
Wednesday. We're gonna still do it. We're looking for more guests, of course, on the broadcast. I think we have Cisco Murdoch, who is journeying through the Gate Paranormal Portal podcast. Holy crap, that's a mouthful. I love her to death. She's a sister. She's got Cherokee in her. She's freaking awesome. She's got spider medicine in her. She's got a crazy story, but you definitely like to have her on. And I'd love to, anytime you guys want, you know, we all have each other's digits, so we're good.
Oh, yeah.
But anything else you want to say before we play the end song, which is about 3 minutes long?
Stay curious, everybody.
Yes.
Stay curious, and thank you for everything. And like, Bryan is an awesome host. It's just been fun. And
that's what we try to do. I appreciate that. We don't want to interview. Someone was like, can you, when you interview people, they were telling me how to interview people. I'm like, I don't do interviews.
We don't either, really. We just,
I'd love to be at that restaurant we were in where the raccoon comes out. That's where I would do my interviews.
Yes.
Have a couple of drinks there, smoking cigarettes, going.
Get the raccoon on for a minute.
Yeah, this is not. Yeah, exactly. Holy shit! Bring on the raccoon.
Yes.
That was great, but I appreciate you guys. You guys have always been awesome, and yeah, I can't wait to hang out with you guys again. So hopefully we'll get to another conference someplace and shoot the shit, and maybe investigate too.
Yes,
definitely.
Back up here, got plenty of places.
That's awesome. Well, we'll see you guys soon. Mark, I'll probably talk to you a little bit later. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Actually, the song is 2 minutes 44 seconds as well. It's on my stream cloud. You can go play it, or it's on whatever you get it. Good night if you want to hang out.
You, it's always been you. God showed me you. I have been searching decades for you. I found you, I lost you. My heart is broken without you. My soul aches for you. I need you, I want you. My days are filled with you. I've seen the future with you. My home is with you. I have felt the future with you. My nights are filled with you. Love is you. True love is you. My happiness is you. Every past life is with you. My dreams are filled with you. Life is meaningless without you. My future is with you. I will fight for you. I will defend you. I will give up my life for you. Whatever it takes for you. Nothing else matters but you. I love you. I love you. I love you. God showed me you. I have been searching decades for you. I found you. I lost you. My heart is broken without you. My soul aches for you. I need you. I want you. My days are filled with you. I have seen the future with you. My home is with you. I have felt the future with you. My nights are filled with you. Love is you, true love is you. Love is you, true love is you. My happiness is you. Every past life is with you. My dreams are filled with you. Life is meaningless without you. My future is with you. I will fight for you. I will defend you. I would give up my life for you. Whatever it takes for you. Nothing else matters but you. I love you. I love you. Life is meaningless without you. My future is with you.